LPGA Tour. Proudly present the season-long race to the CME Globe. From Ko'alina Golf Club on the island of Oahu, it's final round coverage of the LOTTE Championship presented by Hershey. A look from above at the Ko'alina Resort and Marina, famed for the 4 lagoons. Folks sitting out on the beach, enjoying the water sports, getting out onto the ocean here, which is always popular in Hawaii. We're at the Ko'alina Golf Club hosting the LOTTE Championship for the 4th time.
Hi, my name is Inbi Park. I'm from South Korea and I have 13 wins on the LPGA Tour.
Hi, I'm IK Kim and I'm from South Korea and I have 3 wins on the LPGA Tour.
Hi, my name is Seon Kim. I'm from South Korea. I won Pure Bahama tournament this year.
Majority of which come from Inbi Park. And Jerry Foltz is out there following this final group for us today.
Tom, you speculated on the wind being stronger than all of the previous days this week. No question about it. It was the talk on the range amongst all the players and caddies. It is just brutal out here right now.
Jerry, the golf course right now is playing over a shot and a half harder than it did yesterday.
Not surprising. Well, it's just not easy at all. You never hit a stock shot. You're trying to create something on every single shot. It's a whole different game. You got to, number one, as Mark stated yesterday, first and foremost, hit the ball solidly. Secondly, when you're hitting into the wind, hit it easy so it doesn't get too much spin. But always just remember which side of the green is going to save you, or which side of the fairway you're going to have a chance from, because the ball is going to do some funny things in the air. This is 7-iron for IK Kim as a huge gust picks up right at the moment. I'll be surprised if she doesn't step away, although this group is already out of position.
Jerry, I think at this point you just have to play for the miss and just guard against an exaggeratedly missed shot and just go try to hit it the middle of the green.
This one headed right at the center of the green. No chance to get it to stop.
Let's check in with Michelle Wee at the 6th hole. This is her second. And that just short of the green. So Michelle Wee struggling there. Even par so far. A birdie and a bogey to start the round. The rest pars. Back to the 4th and Inbi Park.
Inbi going with 9-iron. Remember, her irons are about a club strong. A number of manufacturers doing that, but hers are quite strong. The number on the bottom doesn't matter, just knowing how far you hit it does. Offing that one pretty high in the air. Might have a chance to stop.
Beautiful shot, and she's banking on the strength of her average green hit and regulation average, which is 81%.
Michelle Wee's 3rd at the 6th hole. Needed a good Saturday round, but it didn't come for Michelle.
No, she had, what, 4 birdies and 5 bogeys?
Back to the 4th. And Seon Kim.
Also a 9-iron for Se-young. Leads amongst all the leaders in the tournament. Longest off the tee and lowest putts per green in regulation. A good combo, but today, throw that all out the window. She's never won a tournament when leading through 3 rounds in her young career. This has potential here. Nope.
Not a bad leave, though, off the putting surface, but close to the hole location. And that has given her the chance to get it done today.
Let's go out to the 5th and bring in Mark Rolfe.
Hey, good afternoon, Tom. This is Paula Creamer for a birdie. She really needs one right about now. It has been a tough day for her, as I believe it will be for nearly all of the competitors. Over to 6.
Shall we trying to save par?
You know it's a tough day when you're looking at long putts for par, Mark.
You know, if I were Michelle Wee right now, I'd take a look at that leaderboard and say, you know what, if I can get to 10 under par, I still have a chance to win. So she is definitely not out of this yet.
This is Jennifer Song at the 16th hole.
Been one of the tougher par threes on the golf course, 186 yards today.
Oh, wow. Had a little look, didn't it, on the way by?
Gorgeous shot with wind blowing very hard from left to right.
Now back to the 4th, and IK Kim going with the putter from off the green.
Yeah, if she were to pitch it, she'd have to get really cute to try and land it on the green. The wind would probably blow it right in doing so, even though she is putting through 15 feet of fringe at least. Down the slope, but into the breeze. It's going to be a tough one to judge. Most players would leave this short. Fringe is going to eat it up a bit, and that wind is definitely going to be a factor. But you're right, Kay, she is the sentimental favorite amongst LPGA fans, her peers, anybody who knows her, because it just seems so unfair for her career to be defined by a short missed putt at the ANA Inspiration a few years back.
It'd be one thing if she missed that putt trying to win a regular season event, but it was to win her first major.
Trisha Kari for a birdie at the 6th.
Hasn't gotten off to a very good start today, but Beatrice is a grinder. No give up in her game.
3 bogeys in the first 4 holes, but back-to-back birdies. Back to number 5.
This is Hyo-Joo Kim for birdie from about 4 feet. And that is a good one there. Any birdie on any one of these holes is an excellent score today. She's got 2 of them thus far, and she is rapidly moving up that leaderboard. Back to 4.
Se-Young Kim hit a good tee shot from just off the green though, but good chance for a birdie.
Yeah, pretty good look at it here. 1.5 foot of fringe, a little bit downhill again into the wind. Might go right early.
Jerry, we just showed that final round score that she shot at the ANA, and her front 9, 2 birdies and a double, back 9, 3 birdies, 4 bogeys and a double. So a real roller coaster ride for her.
It wasn't pretty, but the one thing she did do is she stuck to her guns and still tried hitting the shots that were required, even though they weren't cooperating. She doesn't back down.
That will serve her well over the course of her career, and we have to remember she's just beginning her LPGA career.
Sandra Gall on the 8th. She has made the best start so far from those players on the first page of the leaderboard. 3 under for the day through 7 holes. She finds herself only 5 shots back. She started at 3 under and 9 shots behind.
A nice little birdie eagle birdie run. And this 8th hole is a beauty. It's a short par 3, but it is tricky. Yesterday it was a diabolical hole location that was on the left-hand side, bringing the waterfall into play. Today, a relatively much more simple hole location on the right-hand side. Part of the green, give yourself a chance.
Back to number 4 and Imby Park for a birdie and a chance to tie the lead.
Looks like it's supposed to turn right. Wind might have something to say about it, though.
Wow, look how far by it's gone. A difficult final day at the Lotte Championship. A Saturday finish. The final round here at Koalina. IK Kim has a 1-shot lead. With plenty happening at the top of the leaderboard.
Welcome back. We are at the 5th green, Chella Choi for birdie, and Karen Stupples is right there.
And this putt should break to the right, but with this wind howling from the right.
Well,
that was a great putt, Mark.
Yeah,
and this
it really
wind.
was. It really was. And that's an excellent start for her. 2 under after 5. We go up to 6.
And Christy Kerr with her approach.
Was disgruntled after the 2nd round.
Sit down.
Unhappy with her inconsistency, but
Go in.
you tell him.
Okay.
You tell him, Christy. Came back with a brilliant 67 yesterday that moved her up into the top 10.
Chance for a birdie there for Christy Kerr. Let's go to 7.
You know who that is, Michelle Wee at the 7th, putting. That's never going to come close to getting there. Not a good shot at all for Michelle Wee. She might want to try and chip that one if they would give her a mulligan. They're not going to, though, I don't think. So hard work for everybody from every place on this golf course. We go back to 6.
Paula Creamer for a birdie. One of those 2 wins in Hawaii came here at Ko'olina back in 2008. They've played 3 different LPGA events at Ko'olina, the Lotte Championship being the 3rd.
Okay, this is IK Kim, who has driven the ball a little bit left here at 5, Jerry.
Yeah, and if she's trying to get this on, she might end up regretting it. I think this is a layup, and Mark, it's going to sound weird, but the perfect layup here is at least hole high, right of the green, maybe a little past, leave a very easy pitch. It's within reach, only 211 yards to the hole, 202 to the front.
No way to get it over the water and stop it, though, is there, Jerry?
No, not, I don't think, with a 9-iron.
Her target would be the right side of that building down there. And that's going to be just fine. It's going to leave a tricky, touchy little downhill chip shot.
Michelle Wee now for a par at 7 needs to hit it firm. Not much break to this one. And quickly back to 5 now in B Park. Her second.
177 and a 7-iron. Oh, and that's a little heavy. It's going to be plenty right, though. I think she was aiming over there to give herself the best chance to make 4, and that's going to be a much easier pitch than IK Kim.
That is actually a very good spot. I think it's a better spot than being in the back bunker today. And we go back to 6.
And Christy Kerr should convert this to get to 5 under. 2 birdies and 3 holes for Christy Kerr. Well, you just never know with these sort of conditions, Kay. Lead at the moment is 11 under par, but you could see it dropping back into single digits quite easily.
Okay, Se-Young Kim now with her second.
177 yards as well, almost touching the tee shots were. She's a very aggressive player. I believe the signal was 9-iron. She might be going at it. She is going at it.
She went after that hard, Jerry. Oh my goodness, what a shot.
That is one of the best we have seen all day.
She is unlucky that that went up onto the second tier and didn't curl back down, but fearless shot.
IK Kim with the lead, but Se-Young Kim with an eagle putt when we come back. Welcome back. This is IK Kim's 3rd shot at the par 5.
A dogleg left pitch shot, Mark. If she were to try and take this at the hole off this very tight lie, she'd have to bump it into the hill and it could ricochet left in the water. So she is going to try and utilize the slope right of the hole and behind it to give herself a birdie putt. No other choice here. Again, a very, very tight lie. Just a little area of the fairway that has not filled in very well.
Jerry, she purposely practiced pitch shots downwind at the end of her practice session this morning before heading to the first tee.
Another one of the issues here is the ball is above her feet. You have to be careful not to stick the club in the ground and sort of have the toe turn over. As Jerry said, this one could end up in the water if she pulled it just a little.
No, this is going to work out. This is going to work out. Unless the wind holds it up there, and it shouldn't. It shouldn't.
That is a really well-designed and well-executed shot.
It's one thing, Mark, to see it, but then it's another to pull it off. Lovely.
So Jerry in B Park now will have her 3rd, which is actually quite a bit easier, I would think, than IK Kim's.
No question. A little more cushion under the ball, direct line toward the flagstick. Still going to traverse down there, descend down to that lower level, but she'll land on the upper level. It'll bounce forward, should roll a little left, but the wind's going to, while this ball's in the air, the wind will push it right. It's almost blowing the flagstick out of the hole at the moment. Whitecaps on the lake. It did push it right, way right. Not bad, though.
It's not bad. I'm sure she won't be totally thrilled with it because that is not going to be an easy putt.
It's just impossible to be as precise as you would normally be.
Over to 8.
And Michelle Wee.
See all those people following her. She said last year was so appreciative of the support and the love that she feels from her fellow Hawaiians.
Michelle gets to spend some time in the winter here in Hawaii. It's been a 2-week trip this time around, having spent the week last week after the ANA Inspiration. To the 9th.
Sandra Gall, second shot.
Our first look, Mark, at this really challenging hole location back right. And that's actually not a bad leave. She's close to being on the same level and just cut across the green.
We go back to 6.
Chela Choi is second.
Off of quite a challenging lie, but this looks like a good shot, Tom.
Yeah, big first bounce there, Karen, and it almost reaches that bunker.
It just must have cut right through that wind.
Okay, over at 5 now. Se-Young Kim. This is for an Eagle 3.
Just about every player in this group has stepped off of just about every single shot with these blustery winds. This is a tough one to judge. You're putting straight down cliff, but directly into the gale force wind. In normal conditions without the wind, you just touch this and it's rolling 8 feet past.
Rolled nicely. The wind just wouldn't let it take the break. That is a pretty simple birdie, though, just what she needs about now. So she goes back to +1 for her final round. And once again, at the top of the leaderboard, tied with IK Kim. Over at 7, Paula Creamer's driven the ball in the fairway. This her second shot.
Mark, she was working really hard with Colin watching on, trying to lower her ball flight a little bit. She already has a fairly penetrating ball flight, and probably a reason that she was in the mix for this tournament in these winds.
Okay, back at 5 now. This is in B Park for a birdie. This would get her into a temporary 3-way tie for the lead.
Mark again downhill, looks a little down green. I'm having a hard time seeing any break in it. I don't read him nearly as well as NB does. If anything, should fall off to the right based on the slope, but last hole, her putt did just the opposite.
Jerry, we're showing a graphic that tells us she is 9 under par on the par 5s this week. So she has played the rest of the holes just 1 under.
You look down at that golf ball today, and it is oscillating more times than not, even though these greens are, again, a foot slower than typical LPGA speeds, and that is because of these winds being forecasted and pretty much omnipresent in Hawaii.
Playing for a little right-hand break and got it. She is tough. She is really tough. So in B Park, back to -11. Back over at 7 now, Hyo-Joo Kim, who trails by just 5 shots. Not a lot in a heavy wind like this. She needs to start making a few birdies, though, and that's a good way to do it right there. That'll be 10 feet for her birdie. Down the hill will be a quick putt because the wind will be pushing it. But still a good chance. Now IK Kim for a birdie, and this would be for sole possession of the lead.
Well, she had to move her mark for Se-Young Kim's putt, so she should have an excellent idea what this does. And like you said, the wind might just keep it from coming left.
Very interesting rehearsal. Takes the putter black about 1 inch is all. And rehearses pushing it through right toward the hole.
Yesterday, a couple times, as Kay noted, got a little quick in that transition.
Oh, we could feel from the booth, Jerry, that gust that just hit.
She has to feel like this might be a little before our viewers' time, but hard luck schleprock right now from the Flintstones, because every single time she gets over it, there is a strong gust.
I'm a little surprised, Jerry. She hasn't adjusted her setup and widened her stance just a little bit. Still, very narrow stance for this kind of wind.
Most players instinctively do that.
Putted beautifully so far today. A couple of key par saves. And then that nice birdie.
No bogeys yet. That is pretty remarkable for those first 5 holes. We go up to 6.
Chela Choi going with the putter from just in front of that bunker, Karen.
Sensible choice, Tom, because with that awkward lie. So quick, so tough to judge.
Yeah, let's run a little ways back down that green.
Sandra Gall now over at 9 for a birdie, all the way across the back of the green as Kay described it, but it is fairly flat. She smashed that one.
Yeah, it goes up to the little rise that where that hole's located is in the back right shelf.
And back to the par 3/8.
And Michelle Weave for a birdie. Birdie for Wee to get to 4 under, back to even on the round in this final round of the Lotte Championship. Remember, a Saturday finish here. IK Kim has a 1-shot lead courtesy of that birdie at the 5th, trying to win for the first time on the LPGA since 2010. Back with Chela Choi. This at the 6th, this for a par. Oh, it went in. Well, that's a little bonus, Chela. Take it and move on.
Oh, the golfing gods gave her a gift.
Well, you never know, come the end of the day, how important that could be.
Over at 7, you'll remember Jo Ju Kim hit a beautiful second shot in here. This for a birdie now down the hill.
Part of a very talented group of rookies that are playing on the LPGA Tour this year.
Got a little left-hand break to it. She didn't see it. Disappointing par there, if there is such a thing today. Sandra Gall now to save her par. Beautiful putt there. How about that outward 9? 3 under par, 33 shots. And does she have the gall to come in and snatch this title away? We will find out.
Very good, Mark. Very good. Didn't go unnoticed. Jenny Shin for a par.
Jenny Shin started off today, Tom, bogey, bogey, bogey. And what has she done? She hung tough and made a nice birdie at the 5th hole. A good round of 70 yesterday, which kind of snapped a trend that she had of not playing very well on the third round.
And even though this green is quite sheltered, Cakes, it sits lower with the surrounding banking, the wind is still buffeting her quite significantly.
Well, that was the club that worked so well over the first 3 days for Jenny Shin, leading the putting stats through the first 3 rounds, 28, 23 and 26 putts over those first 3 rounds respectively.
This is Beatrice Riccari's second shot. Into the par 4, got off to a tough start. I watched her play the first hole, which she didn't really hit any good shots on, and her last one resulted in a bogey 6. Not a good way to start her final round.
Saw her in the lobby of the hotel this morning checking out. A lot of players taking a red-eye flight tonight to San Francisco to ready themselves for next week's tournament.
Ooh.
Boy,
That will get through the bunker. Now a little bit of a downslope there, but it would have been much worse had it been on the downslope of the bunker. A lot of green to work with. Looks like a gentle trade wind on your screen, but I promise you, if you get out there, it is really strong. Now Michelle Wee's second shot. Good drive here at 9. Hasn't played a lot of real precise iron shots this week. And there you go again. That will come back down into a little swell and at least get on the upslope. But after a long straight drive, that is really not very good at all there for Michelle. She did hit the nice iron that resulted in a birdie 2 back at 8, and we go to 6.
Well, in the early stages of the round yesterday, Jerry, IK Kim was saying that she was struggling with the ball going right, and that's what's happened off the tee at number 6.
Yeah, it wasn't that bad a tee shot. Wind caught it, bounced down the hill into the bunker. 121 to the hole. And that's a 7-iron that's going to struggle to get there. It's more than just a gentle trade wind, Mark. I can promise you.
Now you can see that flag, the way it is moving there. Again, this wind has moved to turn a little more from the north. So if you look at the flag, great work there, work by John Del Vecchio, our director, to show us what the north part of this wind does is make it go more across these holes and either dead into or dead against.
A little more across from NB's angle. That was also 121 and a pitching wedge.
It's going to drift back a little. Yes, starting to. Settle right there. And now, Se-Young Kim coming off that birdie on the last hole.
Bombed one here off the tee. Got down to the bottom of the slope, only 98 yards remaining up that hill. Wind howling from the left, a little in as well. Has to start this at least at NB's ball, which is about 15 feet left from her angle. Wind's got it. Pretty good line, a little right of the hole.
Final day of the Lotte Championship, where IK Kim has a one-shot lead in B Park. Se-Young Kim chasing, and Chella Troy trying to win for the first time in her LPGA Tour career.